Hello, everyone. My name is Fiona Hatton. I'm a college hockey player at Worcester State in Massachusetts. And today I'm going to be talking about things that have really helped me be successful at the college level and kind of mindset tips that I think will help you if you're a current college athlete or you're incoming. I have my little list here, and I'm just going to go through some bullet points and then talk about my experiences. For reference, I'm a sophomore. I also host a podcast about mindset and identity and success that has heavily guided my views and my habits. I talk to a lot of professional athletes, collegiate athletes, people outside of sports about mindset and all of the above that have been really helpful, and I've learned a lot. So I'm hoping to pass the knowledge on to you. So how to be successful as a college athlete. Number one I have is time management. I think this one is really obvious, and if you are a college athlete or you're looking to be one, you probably have heard of this because it genuinely takes up a lot of time. If you're a college athlete, you won't be like a normal college student, and therefore you can't live the same life as a normal college student because your schedule demands are different and your priorities are different. Like, I heard someone say, it might have been Lexi Agia, who plays for the Fleet. In college, her coach told her you can have two main priorities, and the three typical ones are like hockey, school, friends, but you can only heavily focus on two of those. You can't have all of them at once because you don't have time. I think that is kind of a guiding principle. I think you can kind of have everything, but not to the same level as if you didn't play sports. For example, during the season, you probably will have no time to really go out or see a lot of your other friends who are not on your sports team, which is fine, but you just have to be prepared for that. Because if you want to do well academically, you have to really balance that with your sport. Like for me, we have practice every day. I'm probably at the rink from 1 p.m. to 5 or 6 p.m. Then we come back and have dinner, and then we have to do homework. So it's a pretty regimented schedule, and you need to find routines that work for you around that and build your life around that. I can make another video on time management. I think you have to find what works for you. For me, I have to schedule everything. I have my Google Calendar. It has every single thing I have to do, and I just do it. You have to go to class, you have to do your homework. If I have to do something, I put it on my to-do list and it will get done. And that's just kind of how you have to be. Number two, following time management, is emotional management. I feel like people don't talk about this as much, and this is why I love my podcast, because I talk about it a lot. If you know me, you know I love Brene Brown. I'm watching her new series on HBO Max, Atlas of the Heart, which I love because I have her book, Atlas of the Heart, and it's one of my favorite books ever. But emotional management is super important. I think when you go from high school athletics to college athletics, it's going to be really different mentally. And if you don't have the tools, it's going to be harder for you. One big thing I think is expectations. Most likely in high school, you played more and you might have been kind of more the star player on your team and had a bigger role or just a different role. And now when you come to college, everyone was a good player on their team. And maybe everyone had that same role of star player, goal scorer, or something along those lines. And when you get to college, it's going to be different and you have to be able to adapt. I think one thing that I come back to a lot and try and just tell people is whatever role you have on the team is valuable and you're contributing to the team, even if your role changes. Your role could change every year you're in college, but that doesn't mean you're not contributing, and it doesn't mean you're not a valuable member of your team. So putting that in perspective and learning that it doesn't have to be all about you, and it's not all about you because it's a team sport, is really important. And also just learning to manage the highs and lows. I think especially in hockey, momentum is huge, and how you tend to your mind will dictate how you perform in a lot of cases. Taking the time to do something for your mind, like self-care, journaling, mindfulness, or meditation. I do all that. I always do mindfulness before a game. I just sit on the wall somewhere with my AirPods in and just breathe and kind of come back to myself. And I think even during a game, you can do that too. Like focus on your breath or focus on the classic, like, what can I smell, touch, taste, hear, feel, etc. But at the college level, everyone is skilled. So the differentiator sometimes is how you manage your mind. So putting time into that is super important. I could talk for hours. Anyways, number 3 is always learning. This is a big one. I really classify myself as like a lifelong learner kind of person. And I think it's important if you want to play sports at a high level because there's a lot you don't know. Like, it's easy to think in high school that you have it all figured out and you know anything about everything, whatever. The reality is you really don't. And you have to consistently get out of your comfort zone and try and learn as much as you can. Like, I know for me, freshman year, I tried to put myself out there and just learn everything new about school. And I think when you're a freshman, that's kind of your role. Like, you just have to learn. And then now my sophomore year, I feel way more comfortable around campus, like comfortable in the dorms, comfortable just in Massachusetts. And I think that makes you play better. The more comfortable you are in your environment, and the more used to it you are, the better you'll likely perform. Like, you perform best when you feel supported, your worth isn't on the line, and you like can be positive. Those are 3 things I think about a lot. I think anytime you can just embrace learning and try and understand things you don't know will help you so much in the long term, just in every aspect of life. Number 4 is embracing adversity. Adversity will always come. If it doesn't come, it probably means you're not pushing yourself enough. That quote is from Alyssa Sleesman, who coaches the Rochester Junior Americans. I had her on my podcast. She coached a couple of my teammates growing up. Really, really solid person and coach. She has such a great mindset. But I agree with that. If you don't have any kind of adversity, you're probably not really growing. And I think sometimes when we have adversity, it can feel like, oh my God, more adversity. Like, I don't want to deal with this. I just want things to be easier. I think especially like if it's not obvious you're growing, it just feels like a roadblock to what you want. That can feel even harder. But adversity actually is really a tool for growth. So if you want to be the best person, just embracing adversity, and when it's really hard, controlling the things you can control and just cutting out the rest. Like, if you're going through a tough time, write down all the things you can control